YouTube world and beyond. This is your boy B. I'm right back at you cats with another video. And today we got a great episode lined up for you cats, man. So what's up with y'all dudes, man? It is Friday, a great, quiet, beautiful night out here, or morning, I should say, in Freeport, New York. Nice, quiet. I'm one of the only people out here on these streets, and I'm bringing you cats with me on my walk to the train station to go to work. So hopefully you start your Friday off with a kid like me, you know? And what type of podcast is this? This is nothing special. I'm just a regular dude walking to work, talking about day-to-day activities and things that happen in life. Yesterday, we had a great episode. I had a bunch of topics in which I wanted to speak about. However, the chat took over. Now, I have absolutely no problem speaking to the chat. I actually like when the chat comes in, drop some comments, let me know what they're thinking about. Also, let me know where they're texting in from. It adds, a different dynamic to the show, and I love it. So keep those coming. Keep those coming. And we have a couple of topics in which we want to speak about today. I'm going to finish my review on Homage. Then we're going to speak about America. We're going to speak about America and its culture of blaming people, looking for a scapegoat, looking for somebody that they can point the finger at. My people, we're going to go into that, and I'm going to use the American or the USA baseball team to make that point. And last but not least, we're going to speak a little bit about work, man. And, yesterday was kind of deflating. And it makes me think and wonder why I do some of the things that I do. But we'll get into that, and I will explain all of that to you guys. Again, let's pay a little bit of bills here. First, we're fastly approaching that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you come up in here, hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button if this is material that you like, because we are on a race to 1,000 subscribers, my people. And we are at 949 the last time I checked. 949. So hit that subscribe button if this is something that you're into, my people. Also, I'm looking for a co-host, my people. Looking for a co-host, and we are going to do it live. F it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We're going to do these auditions live. And we got somebody on the check-in. Somebody said, no, Elite Speed Art. Elite Speed Art. What up, Elite Speed Art? Where you coming in from, man? What you saying no about? You saying no about subscribing? That's cool. That's cool, my brother. That's cool. But what are you saying no about? Somebody said, get after it, homie. Elite Speed Art. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. We are trying to get after it, man. Hopefully you trying to get after it, too. Drop in the comment section what you're trying to get to. You trying to get to the bag? You trying to get some respect out here? You trying to get some women out here? Or some men, whatever you are? I don't know if you're a man or a woman. What are you trying to get to, my brother? Somebody said, I'm about to have brain surgery in a bit. Oh, my God, you got to have brain surgery in a bit. Jesus. Good luck to you. Brain surgery. What type of brain surgery are you having, man? And good luck. We got somebody on the check-in said, how there? What's your social security number? Somebody said, what's my social security number? I'll give it to you, man. It's 333-3333. You dig? 333-333-3333. You got it? Yes, sir. That means I'm black. Because the numbers are odd. Y'all ever hear that conspiracy theory? Where they say that you can tell somebody's race by middle numbers of their social security number. They say if they're odd, then that means that you black. Y'all ever hear that? Somebody hear that? Y'all hear that? Somebody said, that can't be right. It's right, my brother. It's right. And then we got somebody on the check and they said they got a tumor. Hopefully it ain't a tumor. It's not a tumor. I might be a little bit before you guys' time. You know, I don't mean to make light of your brain surgery, of course. I want you to get up and out of that. But y'all remember that? It's not a tumor. That might be before y'all time. I think that's Kindergarten Cop with my boy Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man, I grew up thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the coolest dudes in the world. He was Kindergarten Cop, the Terminator. Like, he was a badass, man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a badass in my time, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s. He was one of the people who I definitely thought was cool. Somebody said, I am black, cuz mine's is odds. Somebody said blacks. Somebody said, I'm black, cuz mine's is odd. So is that true, yo? Is it true that all black people in America got odd middle social security numbers? I don't believe that, man. I don't believe it. But I heard it before, man. I definitely heard it before. You know? Somebody said, do you remember me? Somebody asked if I remember them. Susan, of course I remember you, Susan. Of course I remember you, Susan. George's wife. You know, hopefully the same thing don't happen to you that happened to George, but of course I remember you, Susan. You know, you're one of those people who started off the week with great compliments. You told me that I was gonna be big one day. And it's interesting because you wasn't the only person to say it. The next day, we got a couple people that came out and said something similar. So, of course, I remember you, Susan. We got somebody else on the check-in that said, good morning, Aaliyah Lee. Aaliyah, were you the person in the check-in that we were speaking about before? And I told you the story about me actually meeting the singer Aaliyah back in 2000 when she came up to my school at Hofstra. Were you the same Aaliyah? I think I told someone that story of how we met the singer Aaliyah before she had her untimely passing. And I was at Hofstra University at that time. And if you guys are following the March Madness, Hofstra made it to the big dance the first time in 25 years. And that's telling because 25 years ago, that's exactly when I went to the school. I was in that school 25 years ago. And the coach now, Speedy Claxton, who was the Hofstra men's basketball coach, I went there when he was in the school. And Speedy was just straight up the man. It's interesting because Speedy is from the same school, from the same town that I'm from. He's from Hempstead. I know the block that he lived on and everything. And we've been following Speedy's career since he's been in high school. So when it comes to basketball players on Long Island, Speedy Claxton is definitely one of the best basketball players that ever come out of Long Island. We also have, I'll be skipping people. Dr. J is also from Long Island. He's probably the best that we ever had, Dr. J. And also Wally Zerbiak is from Long Island. He's from Cold Spring Harbor, my people. That's a rich area out there, Cold Spring Harbor. But Wally Zerbiak is not a punk, my people. Wally Zerbiak is no punk when it comes to this basketball stuff, man. Wally was a beast. I mean, he was out there destroying everyone in Long Island. It didn't matter where you was from. You could be from Wyandanch, you could be from Hempstead, you could be from Uniondale, Freeport, any town that's supposedly tough in Long Island. Wally was destroying them, yo, with heart. Somebody said, that's amazing. You're lucky you got to meet her. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. It was a real quick. Somebody said maybe it's Maybelline. Y'all crazy. Somebody said, no, but my mom named me after. Okay, so your mom named Aaliyah. Your mom named you after. She was a great singer, man. A great singer. And I remember when she was around because we was all around the same age group. And yeah, I definitely met her. She seemed cool, you know? But yeah, I went to Hofstra when Speedy was there. That's where I met her. And her brother went to Hofstra with us. So let's fast forward. Somebody said here. Somebody said, I'm here to hate. Who said they here to hate? Aaliyah's ramen. All right, you here to hate. Somebody said, are you LGBT friendly? Am I LGBT friendly? Of course I am. I'm friendly to everybody, my people. I'm friendly to everybody. I'm inclusive. I want everybody to live, everybody to live. This is how I look at this country to a certain extent. And I don't want to turn anybody off when I bring this point up, but this country was founded for a certain type of people to basically participate, right? And as we got more comfortable as a country, as we get more comfortable and more rights, more people are going to be included in certain things. More people are going to be included in certain things. And the fact of the matter is, these are real first world problems, because if we were fighting for survival out there, if people didn't really have anything to eat and everybody was out there struggling, then I don't think we would have the same types of movements that we have where people can fight for certain things. So that's how I feel. Somebody said, is there room here for me to hate? Is it room for you to hate? Somebody said THC. Somebody said THC, friend. CH free. And somebody said, don't hate. So THC, friend. You funny. Ain't no smoking weed right now. No smoking weed right now, you know? It may be an edible. It may be an edible in the mix, but we ain't smoking nothing. Somebody said, is there room for hate? There's always room for hate, man. Just intelligent hate, you know? One of the people I grew up listening to was Star and Buck Wild from the Star and Buck Wild morning show out here in New York. Star was a hater. He's one of the first haters to come out. But when you listen to some of the stuff that Star was saying, Star is one of the most intelligent people that we've ever seen host a show. Star is very, very intelligent. When you strip down the fact that he do want to add, what do you want to add? He want to add excitement to the show. But when you listen to his theories, he brings up a lot of interesting things about the universe, about philosophy, about all of that stuff. And he's definitely smart. So is there room for hate? Yes, there's always room for hate. But it got to be intelligent hate, my brother. You can't just be out here saying anything crazy. You dig? Somebody else came on and said, why you gonna hate? He didn't do anything wrong. Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you. I got my hitters out there. Somebody said, is where we at now? Somebody said intrusive. Somebody said ridiculous spammer. Somebody's put 100. Somebody said thank you. Somebody said the line between love and hate. Thin line between love and hate. Somebody said, do people walking by think you're talking to someone on your phone? Do people, when I walk by with this thing, think I'm talking to somebody on the phone? Nah, I don't think they do. Maybe older people probably think so. But young people, when they see what I'm doing, they already know I'm streaming. They could peep that, you know what I mean? They see the way I'm holding the camera. They hear me talking, and they can most definitely peep that. We got somebody who said that there's a thin line between love and hate. I think there is a thin line between love and hate. And I think that they mostly sometimes come from, similar places. There's a part of you that when you hate something, that you care enough to have that type of emotion toward it. So when you hate something, with my self-help books that I've read, they say that it's often the shadow part of yourself that the thing that you hate is touching on. So if you see somebody doing something that you dislike, chances are there's a part of that, what they're doing, that you suppress in your own self. So when somebody says the thin line between love and hate, it most definitely is, because I think they both come from, similar places. I just think the hate is misdirected. The hate is misdirected. So we got somebody else on the check-in said, I can hate for no reason. Somebody said, you sound like Denzel. Thank you again. Every episode, somebody tell me I sound like the great Denzel Washington, who is a legend out here in New York. So just that y'all making those comparisons, it let me know I might be on the right track, man. And to thank you, cats, because Denzel is a legend, and he has so much control over his voice, and he speaks with authority. I most definitely respect everything that Denzel is about. So when people tell me that, I look at it as a compliment. But at first, when y'all was saying that, I was tripping, man. I was tripping. I was ready to throw my phone, start fighting people like, yo, what y'all talking about? I don't sound nothing like Denzel, son. Somebody said, on the check-in, somebody said, is someone catching a fade? Is somebody catching a fade? Nah. Ain't nobody catching fades today, hopefully. Maybe that is in my future. But as of right now, I can't see it. I don't think I got too many people beefing with me right now, so hopefully I don't catch no phase. And I'm too old to be fighting, man. You know, I'll be 46 in May. I'm way too old to be out here with the fisticuffs. I'll leave that to you young cats, man. Y'all 20-year-old warriors. You dig? So we got somebody else on the check-in. Somebody said, why did they clone Jim Carrey? Oh, wait up. Let me go up before that. Somebody said they subscribed. Aaliyah, thank you for subscribing, sweetheart. Thank you for subscribing. Somebody asked me, you ever play Call of Duty? I played Call of Duty a few years ago with the cool dude who sounded just like you. Do I play Call of Duty? Not so much. I used to play Call of Duty, but this was back in like 7, 8 years ago. I played Call of Duty. I used to love it, man. I used to love Call of Duty, but when I used to play video games, I'm more of a Halo guy. A Halo guy. Halo was my sport, man. Halo was one of the best shooting games. Also one of the best games back in the original Xbox times. This was before we could go on the line and connect with people from different parts of the country. This was where you had to connect and link them Xboxes together. So on some Friday nights, we'd drink, have mad liquor, go into my crib, and I used to have like a surround sound system, and we connect like 4 or 5 Xboxes, and we had games of 20s, you know what I mean? 20 solos, no teams, just 20 individuals just shooting each other, man. And it was some of the best times that I had growing up. This was like when I was like 22, 23, when the first Xbox came out. And we used to just link those systems up and have fun. So Halo was most definitely my game. Wasn't too much in Call of Duty. I did play Call of Duty, but not really like that. Somebody said, why did they clone Jim Carrey? Here we go. We always got some conspiracy theorists on the line. And I love you guys. I love the way you guys think. You guys think outside of the box. I love it. He said that they cloned Jim Carrey. Did they clone Jim Carrey? I don't know. Maybe, But when I look at Jim Carrey, I still see Fire Marshal Bill. I still see Fire Marshal Bill. I still see that same dude. He's a lot more serious now. And Jim Carrey actually played in one of my favorite movies, yo. I'm probably going to mess up the name of it, but it's called Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, or whatever it's called. And it's interesting because that story actually took place out here on Long Island, out there in Montauk, the end. That's the end of Long Island, Montauk, out in that area. He was on the Long Island Railroad, which y'all see me walking to right now, the Long Island Railroad. And that's where he met, what was her name? The girl that he was chasing in that. And that was an interesting concept for a movie. They fell in love. Jim Carrey fell in love with a woman, and the relationship got bad. So they tried to erase each other from their memories. But Jim Carrey, he got erased first. And now he was going to try to erase her from his memories. But then he wanted to keep her. So you see the memories being erased, but then they're going inside of his head. And the way that they telling the story and the cinematography, the scenes in that movie was interesting, the way that they told it. And that's definitely one of my favorite movies. I love that movie right there, So shout out to Jim Carrey. Somebody said, are you trying to be a rapper? Nah, I ain't trying to be no rapper, man. No rapper. That's a short. In the year 2026, man, being a rapper is a terrible career choice. They don't make it past 30, son. Rappers ain't making it past 30. Every day I turn on the news, I hear about a rapper dying. And especially with this drill music. Back in the day with New York, son, we ain't listen to nobody. We set our own standards. But now, it just seemed like in the rap game, we lost, man. We got no identity. We following behind this Chicago drill rap. Cats is trying to sound like they from LA. But me growing up, man, I'm of the era of KRS-Ones, the Nas's, the Biggies. These are people who, even if you was nice, son, you wasn't getting no real respect on the mic from us. You dig? Somebody said, it's 4 a.m. Go to sleep. Somebody said, Denzel is one of my favorite actors. It's a compliment. Thank you. Somebody says 4 a.m. Go to sleep. Yeah, it's definitely 4 a.m. But, I'm getting my day started, my people. Getting my day started. Somebody said, oh no. Somebody said, I'm in the mental hospital. Y'all, damn. Somebody said, what state are we looking at, man? What state are we looking at? We're looking at New York. This is New York State, but Long Island. New York State, and this is Long Island, my people. You dig? Somebody said, I'm gonna tweak. He said he was in the mental hospital. What you doing in the mental hospital, man? What you done did to get yourself caught up in the mental hospital, brother? Damn, I can make my coffee. I got enough time. Somebody said they're gonna tweet. Somebody said that's the good coke right there. Somebody said that's that good coke right there. All right. I never did cocaine, my people. You know, I did drink, but I ain't never did no cocaine. Somebody said, also, I agree, Chris. We got somebody else says, do you not play video games anymore then? Nah, I don't play video games. All right, we good. We could walk. I do not play video games anymore. I might get me the new PlayStation because MLB The Show upgraded. And I actually have a YouTube channel where I play MLB The Show. It's called In the Loop Gaming. You cats could go over there and check that. It's called In the Loop Gaming. That was my gaming page that I had, but it wasn't too much gaming. It was really just MLB The Show. And I used to play Diamond Dynasty, my people. Diamond Dynasty. That was my thing I used to play. Somebody said, hello, is the Halo is the SHIT. I remember Halo 2, 10 parties back in 2003. Yes, sir, 2003. That was a great time in gaming. And Halo definitely was it. Halo definitely was it. It changed it. Prior to that, all I played was sports games, football. I used to rock with Madden. I used to play 2K. I used to play all of those sports games. But then when Halo came out, it opened my mind to first-person shooters. And that's when I really, really got into that type of stuff with Halo. Halo put me on. Somebody said, so what about Diddy? Somebody said Diddy. Diddy. We could talk about Diddy on another episode. That's deep. Somebody said, I remember Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 for story mode as an older head, no lie. All right, you did mention Red Dead Redemption. I peeped Red Dead Redemption. That is actually a game that I bought. And I was on that. Facts. Red Dead Redemption was crazy. Also, I used to play Resident Evil. I cut all this stuff out because I stopped playing those type of games. But yeah, I used to rock Resident Evil 2. All the Resident Evils I rock with. What else? Metal Gear. I used to rock with Metal Gear. That game was crazy. Metal Gear Solid. Somebody said, hello from Alaska. What up? What up, my people from Alaska? Somebody said they cloned Gucci. Dave Chappelle, most definitely. Y'all crazy. They said they cloned Gucci, man. They might have cloned Gucci, the snowman. They might have cloned him, man. I remember he was on that Smack DVD in the kitchen talking about my kitchen. That was hard. You know what I mean? This is damn sure ain't the same Gucci that I used to see back in the day. But thanks everybody for checking in, man. I got to hop on this train, my people. I love y'all for checking in. We're going to see y'all next week. You figure deals me. But go on and check the channel, man. Check the channel. And thanks everybody for checking in, man. I love y'all. Peace out, my people. Peace out, my people.